There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. You can't ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic source.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef? Yes, your one disco mother. There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're juking it out. It's that large. Infinitesimally small. Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat, like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly. A fiery streak penetrates your skull.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice can name a motor carriage. window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring, more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a pea. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, a cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of... It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the whirling in rags.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well. You've been here for 3 days. Couldn't say. In truth?
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something. She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her.
Yes. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. There was the usual ruckus. Loud I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speak. Oh, yes. Various artists.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but I don't know about that. At around a slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to... Yes.
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic.
Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. A window was smashed. The tape player probably. The song stopped. And furniture there was. I think you screamed that you didn't. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4. It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. Yeah? You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control.
You sure look like you're from Revachol.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranye, another part of the world.
Glad to have been of assistance.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie as somehow you reach out to grab the tie. This is bad for quite still ongoing. Finally, the pressure receipt. You know what you should do. Do it if you want to die. The stabbing pain in your chest is telling you you're hanging by a thread here. The blades come squeaking to a halt. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie. With 4 or 5, a terrible mistake. Turn the lights off. The lights are off. A mirror hangs above. Hot water spray. Suddenly, you realize you have no really or recollection of the person you are as you slowly abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there. And behold, you have no idea who this thing is. Whatever it is, at least it's dead. Please stop. Oh my God, what does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Please promise yourself you are not going to... You liar. You can't even tell it belongs in the new, the third decade of the current. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made... Forget about ostentatious orchestrations. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an open-air boîte de nuit somewhere in Revachol West. Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia the click is used to spur on a horse. It also, sometimes you like to add Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you? Maybe not really. Oh, must have just stirred. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust... It's too late. Like an... There they both are. Two identical like two baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are. Good, they're balanced. The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere. This door can only be opened with a key or from... Still no answer. This door can only be... Still nothing. This door can open... A man in his late 20s stands. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown looks like the bird was ripped. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stegosaurus skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and looks like the bird was ripped. This is the great skua. The seabird. The small steel tag says as much.
Look, your buddy is over. Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to hear you.
No, I'm not the bartender.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touch.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar. She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is as you approach. He narrows his eye on the sleeve of his bomber jacket as well as on its back.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be...
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of...
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know... Okay, we'll have time for... Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But if you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have...
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your palm.